Yo, 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 I'm here. I'm here live on YouTube. Just continuing the streak, just carrying on, what I started. Not gonna stop. So yeah, I'm here. What's up, everybody? This is Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV. Before I get started, before I bring this interview in, I wanted to say to everybody out there, I had a conversation with Freeze today, DJ Deep Freeze. Y'all might know him as Sub Zero from Sub Zero DVD. We had a very positive conversation, and he was able to bring some stuff to my attention that I might have said about him publicly that pissed him off. You know, and I told him, if I'm wrong. If I offended you, I'm wrong because I don't dislike you. I have no beef with you. I have no issue with you. And as a man, you're going to verbally defend yourself. And then even when you get mad, it goes from verbal and it goes to you want to be physical. So for me, I don't dislike him. I don't have no issues with him. Don't have no beef with him. So again, if I said stuff about him that bothered him, I was wrong for that because I don't have no issues with him, and I apologize to him privately, and I'm apologizing publicly. You know what I'm saying? Because like I told him, you did a lot for the culture, and professionally, we always had a dope relationship. You know what I'm saying? He's one that always gave me admiration for my work. So again, a lot of beef is dumb, and sometimes if you do something, that's wrong, you gotta apologize for it just as a man. You know what I'm saying? So as a man, Sub, I told you on the phone, my bad, I apologize. And I'm telling you for the whole world, you know what I'm saying? I have no issues with DJ Deep Freeze. I have no issues with Sub Zero. And again, if I disrespected you, I apologize and I was wrong for that. And it ain't you not scared of me, I'm not scared of you. Um, it wasn't even we didn't even have no conversation like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even on that type of time. It was definitely dope. Like I said, because me and him always was fly when we seen each other. You know what I'm saying? But then again, like I said, as a man, if I went on Drink Champs or any platform and said something about him, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? I apologize because me and you was always cool. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta, it don't make no sense for us to have any issues, and we was cool. And that's really it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Sub Zero. Make sure y'all go to his channel. I believe it's Sub Zero World. I'll figure it out and get it to y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. Also, when you send me stuff that he said about me and you want to send him stuff that I said about him, send him this. You know what I'm saying? Send him this. Like I said, I spoke to him on the phone as a man. And it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. So without further ado, just carrying on tradition of what I've been doing. I've been on some celebrating women, right? I've been on some celebrating women. I had Khadija on last night. And I put out an APB on Twitter and I said, any humble women, any humble battle rap women that wants to do an interview, hit me up. They threw some names out there. I'm like, nah, she not humble. She not humble. She not humble. She a little gas. She not humble. So then Fettuccine 20 hit me and said, do you want to interview Shooney? And I'm like, Shooney? Yeah, Shooney. I rock with Shooney. Shooney, I like Shooney. So without further ado, here we go right now. Shooney the rapper's on the screen. What's going on?
Hi.
I told her
Not
her light
much.
look, her light is her light is perfect. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to, I'm trying to look professional. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, see, Farrah's in the chat talking about how you know who humble. Humble is. Let me just say this to Farrah really quick.
Go ahead.
Humble is
Tipping
I
it,
reached
talking.
out to a few females and they didn't answer with humility. They was really cocky.
Mm,
So I'm like,
hmm
okay, she's not humble. You know what I'm saying? If I hit you and say, when you gonna come on my platform, when we gonna do an interview? Anyway, I'm not giving none of these
Gotcha.
them people no like. So I'm gonna talk to my guest, Shooney. What's going on?
Not much. Thanks for having me. I
Yes,
appreciate it.
this is our all right. All right, look, let me tell the history. We supposed to do one interview, didn't show up, and I was mad at you for a long time. You remember that, right?
I know. And it was like out of my control, but I knew. I like we go back, like we know each other for a very long time. You know what I mean? And you was pissed, and you wouldn't let me forget it. Every time I seen you, you cursed me out,
And
like
I
low
and I
key.
got
You show
over it.
love, but
Yeah, I
you
got
cursed me
over
out.
it. And then you know, I got over it. We did an interview at the Queen of the Ring event, and as we're doing an interview,
Mhm.
a fight broke out. Remember? We
Yep.
was at
Mhm.
so it was yourself and Farrah. Y'all both was in the interview. Then a
Mhm.
fight breaks out, and we was like,
Yeah, it was crazy. We was
yeah, it was
backstage, and that fight just
backstage.
rumbled right, yeah, right into the back. It was nuts,
So
absolutely nuts.
so Shooney the rapper, what is Shooney? Well, how you get that name?
That's my nickname actually. So it's always been my nickname since I was a baby. Because I used to like play with people's shoes and tie them in a knot.
Wow.
And so my mother used to call me Shooney, which was Shoeknee. And then I thought it was cool, and my family kept calling me that. So then I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just freak the name, and I'm gonna start spelling it Shooney. And that's really how I got the name Shooney and kept it.
So the rapper part, when did you start rapping? Like when did you start writing?
Um, So I started rapping in college. I originally was an on-air personality in
Mm,
college when I went to Westchester Community College, and so I had a radio show called I Dream of Shooney,
mm.
and it was pretty popular on the campus. And I did a whole bunch of stuff with people, and then I was bringing them on, and they had like an on-air studio, and I mean not an on-air studio, like a recording studio on the other side. And so a guy was like, "Hey, could you do a hook for me?" And I did the hook, and I liked how my voice sounded. I was super gassed. My voice sounded crazy on the beat. So I was like, you know what, I can do this. And then the next time they were in there rapping, I was like, you know what, I want to do a verse, and I wrote it, and it came out pretty fire. And then I told my sister's boyfriend at the time, Jay Loyal, who was my manager, I told him I wanted to rap, and he was like, you know what, I'll put some money behind it if you freestyle from here until we get home. And we were in Manhattan. We had to go all the way back to Mount Vernon. So I did it. I didn't think I could do it, but I did it. And then he was like, all right, I'm gonna sponsor the whole project. And then I just kept rapping from there.
You remember your first rap?
It was something whack. Yeah, it was something
Damn.
like, yo, it's Shooney, the one who got more class than Sunni. Something about bitches want
What's
to sue
Sunni?
me.
What's Sunni? What's going on?
Sunni college. So I said got
Oh,
more class than Sunni.
I'm a high school.
And then
I'm a high school dropout. My bad.
okay,
I
that's why
don't
you
know.
ain't
Yeah,
get, yeah, Sunni is like the state universities of New
Sunni
York.
and
So
Cooney, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Well,
exactly.
look,
The
so I'm a
city
high
and the
school
state.
dropout. I don't got no GED. I don't got none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just,
You don't
but
got none of that.
I don't got no GED. But I
Right.
showed you some tech stuff you didn't even know earlier, right? Remember on the
You
iPhone?
did.
Yeah.
You
But
put me
yeah,
on.
yeah,
You
yeah.
put me on. I ain't
So
know nothing
yeah,
about that.
something very simple. So
Yeah.
you start rapping.
Hmm.
So you wanted to be an artist at this particular time. What artist is popping that's out there that's popping?
Um, Remy, of
Okay,
course, was one of the big females. Foxy was still making a little noise, but at that time, just it was really pretty much Remy that was taking over everything.
got you.
And you had like Gucci Mane that was out right at that time. Jeezy and them was popping and stuff like that. It was really more like the down south people, and then a little bit of Fat Joe and Terror Squad and stuff like that. And then at the time I was doing all of the shows in the city, like the end of the week, and going to Pyramid and doing all of the
Wow,
underground shows and stuff. Yeah, I was on the ground heavy
she's paying that
and
$200.
paying. Yeah, you feel me? Like so that's kind of what led me into battle rap, because I was paying for all of these shows, and the who's next competition and all of that, and then trying to get on the radio and stuff. So you had to pay all types of stuff. So payola and all that shit is real. So it was getting very costly to like try to get my hair done and get into all of these showcases. And then they already predetermined who was going to get on. You understand what I'm saying? And like the one showcase that I did, that pretty much I was supposed to be a shoo-in for, Sky Zoo one at that time. And I don't know where he's at anymore at this point. I don't know if he's still doing anything, no diss to him.
No,
But he
Skyzoo.
was the one,
It's funny because that's the
the
homie.
winner. Oh yeah.
Skyzoo is from he live in my hood. Well, used
Hmm.
to. We from the same neighborhood. And I just spoke to Sky. Maybe like I think he might. I don't know what he might be in the A or
Hmm.
LA something. But I just spoke to Sky. But he went on to do albums.
Well,
Skyzoo
good
did a
for
lot. Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sky.
I mean, I guess
Well,
the
man, how you don't
package
know what?
was you were supposed to
Matter of
win
fact,
stuff.
Skyzoo did a
I
whole album with Pete Rock. That's the last album he put out
Okay, well,
with
I
West Side
mean,
Gun on there, all types of yeah. Yeah.
I didn't. I'm sorry, I haven't listened to it. No
You got.
disrespect, but
I
I
know it
will.
was COVID.
I will check
Blame
it out.
COVID. Blame COVID. You've been in
It
the house.
is,
Yeah.
and it could be a little bitterness. Like he won that competition. I was fucking mad. You understand what I'm
Got you.
saying? Like nigga got the record deal, all of that. It was crazy. Like I thought I was, in there, and then after that, I met a girl that I started rapping with. And I know you was around at this time, so I don't know if you remember her, K Nicole. When I was rapping with her, it was me and her had a group called KNS, and we were working with Jojo Brim. He's he worked with like Trey Songz and stuff like that. He's really big, but he was gonna sign us to Warner Brothers, and we had like a
Mm.
little, we had like a little situation going on, and they were paying for the studio. Then they started putting us into a whole bunch of showcases. But then Kay Nicole is a little younger than me, and then she had a little bit of daddy daughter issues and shit, and she didn't really want to follow the rules, and he just pulled the plug on the whole thing, like completely. This
So
was like, nope, it's over.
so what led you? How did you get into battle rap?
Well, being that now after the whole thing where the Warner Brothers deal didn't end up going, we had a song that we had we did a song that was whose beat was it? Big Daddy Kane's beat, the Warm It Up. And everything was going good. They got it cleared and everything. And so when they pulled the plug, I was very upset. You know what I mean?
You
Like it was
cried.
pretty depressing. Yeah, hell yeah. Because we was like this close to fucking success. You feel me?
Got you.
And so he pulled the plug or whatever. And then I ended up getting pregnant and I had my daughter. And so at the time when I was pregnant, I was just, surfing the internet and seeing what was out there, what was going on. And then somehow or another on Twitter, I ended up meeting DNA through Twitter, like on tweets and stuff like that. And then he sent me a battle, and it was his battle versus Rome.
Mm.
And I watched that. You know how when you watch a battle, all the suggestions come up. So that was the first battle that I watched. And then everything else came up and I just was hooked. And being that I didn't have nowhere to go, I was pregnant, I'm in the house for the next 9-10 months. So I just kept watching them. And at the same time, simultaneously, in my Twitter inbox was a guy that kept asking me to battle rap. And at first I didn't know who the person was, but it turned out to be Debo. He just kept sending me messages and sending me messages and sending me messages. And finally I just was like, you know what? Let me just respond and see what he's talking about. And then I ended up going to the URL event where Arsenal and Hitman battled,
Mm.
and I fell in love with like the feeling. Like it was so real being in there. Like it was very close. Thank God it wasn't during COVID time because it would have been crazy. But
Oh yeah,
it
battle
was
rap is very is. It
yeah,
used to
it's
be a
very
very
intense.
before y'all. It was like a crazy sausage party. Pause.
Yeah.
And it was just like you
Facts.
standing there for 7 hours because Smack is never
Mhm.
on time, and
This is true.
you're all just standing there. But the when the event is happening, you forgot you've been standing in one spot for 5 hours.
You do, because you're there now. You're there with a whole bunch of like-minded people, so you're not really thinking about the fact that you may have came to this battle alone. You don't really know anybody, and I don't care what nobody says. Battle rap absolutely brings people together. Before you know it, you're repeating your favorite bar with the person next to you. You're tapping them. You know what I mean? Y'all are slapping, high five, and you don't even know these people. And the energy that I felt there was nothing like I had ever felt before. And so at the time when I got to the battle, I ended up seeing Norma Bates in there. I seen QB in there, and I want to say I seen E Hart there.
Mm.
And I had just so happened to have seen those same girls battling. So I had seen their videos before, except for Norma Bates. I had seen E Hart and I had seen QB.
Very
And
disrespectful.
so yeah, right. So then the next day, again, Debo hits me about Queen of the Ring, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And I said, I need $200 because
Mm.
I need my hair done and I need
Mm.
my nails done. And he's like, well, we normally don't pay people, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, hey, listen, I'm already established. I was feeling myself. I've been places, sir. I need $200. You know what I'm saying? So he gave me the little 200, and he asked me to battle Norma Bates. And then
Mm.
after I battled her, the popularity was crazy. Like people were coming up to me on the train, stopping me at bus stops. Like, I worked at Best Buy. They was running down on me at Best Buy. And it never happened when I was just doing regular industry rap. I never had got that at all. And I had never gotten paid for anything. I was doing the paying. So really when I asked for the $200, I didn't think he was going to say yeah. But I was like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying?
So this is the time that it was in the Bronx in the ring, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So she
Yep.
was you from YO. She's from the Bronx. Who was did
I'm from
she?
Mount Vernon.
Mount
But
Vernon.
don't Don't do me,
My bad.
okay?
No, Mount Vernon.
Nah, shout out to
Shout
Wyo.
out to Grap Lover. Shout out to Pete Rock. Shout out
Pete
to
Rock, you know what
yeah.
I'm
Shout
saying?
out
Diddy, Denzel,
to
you
Diddy. Don't
know.
claim Mount Vernon though. He claims
He
Harlem.
def he first of all, his kids and all of that went to all of the schools in Mount Vernon. He better get his shit
Whoa,
together.
whoa,
He
yeah,
is
yeah,
from Mount Vernon,
yeah.
okay?
Heavy D, Heavy D. Y'all got Heavy D,
Heavy D,
Heavy D.
absolutely.
Yeah,
We got
yeah,
a lot of people.
yeah.
Denzel, we got Felicia Rashad. Um, a lot of people don't know, but Ludacris actually lived in Mount Vernon at some point, and he used to come to all of
Whoa,
our events in Mount Vernon. The Arts on Third, he would come all the time.
wow.
But then when people asked him where he was from, he said Atlanta, and I'm like, how dare he?
And then
How
he,
dare he?
but ain't he from Chicago too though?
Shit, I don't know,
That
man.
nigga's
He
all
from
over.
everywhere.
All right,
Right, right.
so you have you battle Norma Bates. This is in the
Hmm.
this was in the Bronx at the time. Who was the
Yep.
fan? Who was the crowd favorite? Did she have more people than? Because she was in her hometown.
Um. So I was raised in the Bronx and I lived in Mount Vernon as well. So where I represent Mount Vernon because I was there from when I was born and then I left at 5. When the feds took our family house, we had to move. We ended up moving to the Bronx and then I went to Bronx schools for a little bit and then I went back to Mount Vernon. So I had people there too. Like I had a ton of people there from the Bronx, a ton of people from Mount Vernon. Like I came super heavy, but she had already battled once
Mm.
before me. And we were supposed to battle at the first event in the ring, but then she had a death in the family, so I didn't get to battle that event where everybody ended up seeing Shayna and Jazz and Farrah and all of that. We were all a part of the same time, like
Mm.
we was all the same wave. But I ended up battling at the second event because of that.
So
So
yeah,
she had more people just
yeah.
because they already knew her face. You know what I'm saying?
So you
So.
going in there? What for the people who look at y'all and say, "Oh, she choked. She forgot her line, or she did that."
Mhm.
What is that atmosphere like for you as the person that all eyes is on you? You have to remember these 3 rounds. When they applause, you have to know how to
Mhm.
stop,
Yep.
return again. What is that like?
It's a lot. First of all, you have to try to put yourself into like a tunnel vision mental space where you just see you and your opponent. And it was easier when we were in the ring because you had the people and you felt the crowd around you, but yet and still it was still you and that person and you could kind of block out everybody and just look at them, you know. And I felt like I did a lot better with that when I was in the ring and then we kind of transitioned to stages and stuff like that. It became a little bit harder to kind of you got to multitask. You're trying to remember your bars. You're trying not to listen to the hecklers, but you also are trying to feed off the energy that they're giving you when you land a haymaker. But then you don't want to take too long and you forget your next line. And then if you fuck up, now they looking at you like, oh, she's always messing up. You never want to choke in front of them because it's a tough crowd. You
And
know
then
what I'm
they say,
saying?
"Bring it
But
back," and you like, if I bring it back, I'm gonna lose my
then
spot.
right,
Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's so much that's going on in your head. Then you thinking about like um did I say it too fast? Am I rapping too slow? Am I too low? Did I take a breath mint before I started rapping? I'm all the way close to this, but you understand what I'm saying? Like it
Or
just
did
be
she take
so
a
much
breath, man?
shit.
Do she got on
Yeah,
deodorant? Yeah,
hello, you know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Did I remember all of this? Like it's just so much stuff that's going through your mind as you're rapping and you still trying to remember what's the next line that you got to get to without slipping up, without fucking up. And once you do mess up, you gotta humble yourself and try to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because even though they're gonna heckle you and they're gonna be like, start going crazy, you still have to try to perform. And that's tough. It's not like an industry rapper where my favorite song and I could perform it every time. And if I forget the lyrics, I could just turn the mic to the crowd to let them finish it. No, this is brand new material that I'm literally giving to you for the very first time. And I don't even know if you're going to receive it the way that I intended it to be received. So it's so much stuff that's going on at the same time when you're performing.
So how many chokes have you had?
I don't like to count them. See, you're getting crazy right now.
We're supposed to, because the reason why I'm asking you that,
Like,
because I want to know, what causes the choke. I know you went
no,
over.
I'm an answer. I'm an answer.
Okay,
I haven't counted it, but I've had 21 battles, and if I could think about it, I chokes and stumbles are different, but I would say I've had like maybe 3 chokes and probably like 5 or 6 stumbles out of the 21 battles,
And
which is not too bad.
what was the battles that you choked? Do you remember?
The shotgun shug, I definitely choked in that.
Uh-huh.
That pissed me off because my material was so crazy and he's my favorite battle rapper. So I wanted to fucking smoke him, which
Mhm.
I knew I would have smoked him if I was able to get my material out clean, but I didn't. Official, I had like a small choke in my
Mhm.
second round and I just threw rested a little bit of bars into the third. And then I think 8R14 was a stumble, not too much of a choke. And then they tried to say against QB that I had like a choke, but I didn't. I was just drinking water. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. I
And
remember
then
that.
I had one stumble in that battle, not a choke, one stumble. And then that's it, really. Well, I think Red I had a stumble, but I was trying to freestyle and it didn't really work out that well. So
What
yeah.
so I don't I'm gonna be real. I don't really like the women versus men. I don't know, something about it sometimes. I feel like the angle against y'all is always the same.
Yes.
That's why I
And
don't
that's
like
why
it.
I applaud Ored and I applaud Fetty, even though that's my husband. Like he
Right.
rapped to me. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like he
yeah.
rapped to me. Ored pretty much rapped to me until he got to the third round. Then he was really talking to my husband. But in his first 2 rounds, I feel like he did take the time out to try to bar with me and, didn't go at me like bitch this, hold that, hold that. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I expected. And I think that's how guys most of the time do it. And I think it's because they're trying to save face. Because if they go in there and they get smoked ridiculously by a woman, they can just say, "Oh, I ain't take that serious. Did you hear any bars? All I said was bitch and hoe. I didn't really write for her." So that's their way of weaseling their way out of it. So then when they really go hard, like a Swamp and KCJ, he got
Yeah,
fucked up. You
yeah.
understand what I'm saying? And you see that he put his very all into that and she smoked him. So I think guys take the easy way out.
I had Charlie Clips losing too, but that was just me. I had Charlie Clips losing
Verse
that too.
Couture, right?
Yes, I had.
He did. He
Only
did.
thing when he got a little personal, I seen her eyes well up a little, but
You seen a little tear in her eye?
yeah. He
I mean,
probably
but it could be different when you're battling somebody that you really dealt with. You understand what I'm saying? Like that can be very different, especially if y'all are not on the best terms.
that
You
that
really don't know what he's gonna say. Like,
that love was
so
still there a little bit. He
it
probably
was. I
yeah
seen that. I was
yeah
like, oh, I think they want a hug. It was a little strange toward the end,
yeah.
but
So and who Farrah battle was it Clips too? Who Clips battle?
yeah, at the RBE event, yeah,
I
yeah,
I didn't really like with Clips. Like I y'all
that
tried to
was
jump him and
crazy.
shit too, right? Like
Well, we had no choice. He brought Hitman into it. He brought
yeah
what's the face Freckles into it. John
yeah
John the Don. Like what the
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
That
I'm
was a
not
bit
gonna stand
much.
there.
That was a bit
If
much.
I can do a little something off the
Yeah.
top, I'm definitely not letting my bitch get jumped right here. What kind of friend would I be
Yeah, I
if I
didn't.
didn't step in? You
I'm
know?
glad that you tried, but they had something very.
Because I'm glad to
Yeah, no, I'm glad that you jumped in because the
I
way
tried something,
I'm like,
but
damn, I'm like you can't do Farrah like that. Like that ain't fair. Like stop the fight, throw in the damn
But
towel.
but again, they all do the same angle
That's what
where
I'm saying.
there's
Yeah,
this like this made up story of like some sort of three-way of Fetty, myself, and Farrah, which no one knows the real story, no one knows the dynamics, and that's everybody's business who's involved. You understand what I'm saying? So they all try to spin that, and Charlie Clips did it, Red did it. Anybody that I battle does it to me. Anybody that Fetty battles does it to him, and anybody that Farrah battles, they use the same thing. And it's like, okay, now when are we gonna
move past
get
this.
something else? Yeah, like what we doing here?
What is it like to stand in front of QB? Because she's gonna say shit that like you probably want to snuff her. What is it like to battle her?
To be honest, her and I are friends, and she was one of my like first battle rap friends that people
Mm,
don't really know that we were, really good friends behind the scenes. I had came, all the way to Bridgeport, did some music with her, like early on and everything. And she's actually the one that told me when Farrah was battling Norma Bates when Farrah said my name. She's the one that actually told me, like, yo, this bitch talking about you. You should battle her. Da, 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 da. So she was actually my first friend like that, you know? And then so people kept saying we should battle because I have like this disrespectful stigma, not to the extent that she has, but I'm known to say some pretty crazy shit.
Yeah.
And so people started putting us, you know, together. And at that point, we weren't as close as we used to be. So we started riffing a little bit back and forth, but then, you know, somehow or another, we kind of got our friendship back and started speaking to each other a little bit more. But leading up to the battle, she started doing little things that I was annoyed with. And I just was like, where is all of this coming from? You know, and I was kind of like, you know, posting pictures of me or trying to post a video of something that Fetty and I did. And it's just like, that's my whole husband. Like, I don't give a fuck what you posting. You know, if he's sucking my titty on camera, I could care less. We are married. You
Oh,
understand what
okay.
I'm saying? Like, it's not like this is some random nigga. Like, this is my whole husband. Like, you know, walk down the aisle, same last names. Like, what are y'all doing? You know? So that had kind of annoyed me. And then when we got to the battle, we weren't mad at each other, but you could feel that there was a weird energy there between us. And I was thinking, yeah, she about to say some shit that's going to annoy me. Not going to make me want to slap her because I know her and I know it's just battle rap. And as soon as we finish, you know, we'll hug and piece it up and that'll be that. But I knew she was going to say something that was going to ruffle my feathers. So that's why I came at her and her girlfriend at the time the way I did and talked about, you know, the deceased grandmother and stuff like that,
Damn. Whoa.
which was, it was kind of rough, but I knew she was going to take it there. You know what I'm saying? And I'd expect nothing less from her. So I had to meet her on her playing field, so to speak, you know?
Your favorite battle that you had was what?
It had to be my first battle, Norma Bates. It had to be because I absolutely didn't know what to expect. And then the very first time that I heard everybody cheer for me, I was like, "Oh shit, this fire!" You know what I mean? But I you know, kept it inside. I didn't want to just start
Yeah,
smiling like,
right.
"Oh
Like you
my
start
god," you know?
cheesing, be like, yo, you
Yeah,
guys.
like y'all cheering for little old me. But no, it was like amazing. Like I didn't know it could be like that. You know what I'm saying? With people cheering my name and like to this day, people are still sharing memes from that battle, and it's like a really widely shared meme of from the Norma Bates battle, which is crazy to see that. And
Um,
so that's my favorite.
what's your favorite performance?
Uh, that's a good one. My favorite performance, it will be between two of them. I really loved my performance versus O-Red,
Hmm.
and I really loved my performance. Well, I got three. I loved my performance in the 2-on-2 with Farrah and I, because that was the first time that they did a all female 2-on-2, which I loved. And we were pretty flawless. And then I battled a girl named Vixen. Not Vixen the
Not this
assassin, but
Vixen
Queen
that we.
Vixen.
Okay.
I did battle that Vixen too. That's a whole
Okay.
nother story. But Queen Vixen, I battled her. Um, and my performance there was crazy. Like I love her to death. Like I took her under my wing, but as I was rapping to her, I literally could feel her soul leaving her body. Like I was really fucking her up. Like I don't know why I did her so bad, but I was really like destroying her in that battle. So that would be one of my favorites too.
Do you feel like you because I feel like you progressed. I felt like early on other names was there, and then it was like, yeah, Shooney's okay, Shooney's. Then now, like,
Mhm.
you might be one of the top people, but you wasn't always like that. Do you feel like you really progressed?
Absolutely. Yeah, and you know what it was? It was when I went and had my second daughter. Um, there was things that I could study, and I like to call it like game tape and stuff like that. So I was able to sharpen my skills during that time off. So if I wanted to really get better at scheming, then I had somebody that I could look at. You know, you could look at a Chilla if you want to really scheme. If you wanted to be like one of the best punchers, you could go watch all of B Magic stuff. And if you wanted to figure out how to implement freestyling, then you would go watch a DNA, or you know what I'm saying. So I had those things that I could do at this time and take notes like, oh, okay, this is how you do this. This is what a double entendre is, triple entendre, you know. And so I was able to really watch certain things and people and get my shit together, you know. And then when I came back, my comeback battle after having Tony was Duchess. And
Mm.
that's where you can kind of see the elevation from there, where I was doing name flips, where I didn't really, you know, I didn't really fuck with name flips like that. But during that time, I started to realize, yo, I really like this part of battle rap, and name flips became my shit, and I'm really, really good at that. And so I was able to really like go in and hone on certain skills during that time. And so when I came back, I did that. And then I battled Mulatto, who they thought I wasn't going to beat Mulatto because she has such a great pen. And I beat her. And then they put me against Tia S, if I'm not mistaken. And she's heavy with the gun bars. And I beat her. So I was able to just keep elevating at that time. And then it came a period where all the girls kind of took a step back. When Queen of the Ring wasn't doing much, a lot of the girls took a step back, and I didn't. And that's when I started doing way more battles. And this was like 2017. And that's when I had made the Source, when I was the only girl that made the Source top 10, top 20. I think I was number 13. And they didn't have like a champion of the year for the females, but if they did, I would have won. They were talking about me on the show and stuff like that. So from then, that's when people started to realize, like, oh shit, Shooney's really a name to be fucked with, you know what I'm saying? And then I started to get my just due at that point. And it took me like 7 years to get there. And I'm not mad that it took so long, but then they started to realize.
Yeah, let me ask you something about you froze for a minute, but you'll probably come back and say, there you go. Do you think why do you think the women don't get as much recognition as the men?
It's always like that, Doggy, man.
Not really. I mean,
Everything.
some of the
In
biggest artists are
every
women ever.
category, they are, but are they as paid as the guys? No. They are probably bigger than them, but I'm pretty sure they're not making as much off the album sales. They're not
Nicki
making as
Minaj
much
got
off
more
the
money than most of
tours
these
and stuff like
dudes.
that.
Nicki Minaj got more money than a lot of these dudes.
Probably from shows. But if you look at her deal is probably fucked, as opposed to the same people that's on Young Money, like a Drake or somebody, when they came in kind of neck and neck at the same time, his deal was probably way better than hers. And I haven't seen it, but I could bet my last dollar on it.
But you know what? And you know what? A lot of things too. I think a lot of things that mess some women up, they don't write.
This is true too.
And
but you know what? But we have that stigma. But when you start to know the ins and outs of the industry, whether it's the regular industry, recording industry, or it's battle rap, some of these niggas don't be writing their stuff.
Facts.
They leaning on other people, you know what I'm saying? And they go on the sparring sessions and, talking to people in group chats and collectively getting bars and stuff like that. Like, it's not unheard of for that to happen. But as far as like the question with the females, I just feel like it's a bigger field for the guys. Like, it was out faster, it was out more, it was out, longer. They knew most of the guys. The women came after. I'm not sure why the women came after, but then we had to fight to show that we were equal. And I see now it's kind of changing over, where you can see that the women can beat the guys, but you still have to be on a card that's named, kings versus queens, as opposed to just being on a regular card, and that's what we're fighting for at this point. No disrespect. And we're happy to be on that card because at least we're up there now, but it needs to get to a point where we're just on a regular named card, where it doesn't have to be just, that theme to get a battle of the females and stuff like that. And I will say, when Queen of the Ring came out, we were on the backs of King of the Ring. So there is no King of the Ring. Like, I'm not even sure where all those guys are that were in King of the Ring. You know what I'm saying? So I could say that we accomplished that. Now, have we been able to, take all of the big dogs yet? Not yet. But, putting us on that playing field and getting to see the females and URL and Queen of the Ring kind of becoming one, I could see that happening in the near future. Because I think we have more sex appeal.
You have 21 battles. Who's left for you? Who call them out? Who been ducking that smoke?
Realistically, there is battles left for me, which is very funny that there's still battles left for me. Like, I never battled Jazz. I didn't battle Hustle. I didn't battle E-Heart. And E-Heart should have seen me in 2020. She's lucky that a bitch got pregnant. You understand what I'm saying? It seemed like all my stories is around pregnancy. I got 3 kids. But the baby's born now, so this bitch don't have no reason to run, no nothing. Like, 2021, E-Heart got to see me.
E-Heart is my favorite too, though. I always say
good. So I would love to kill her on behalf of you.
Damn.
You understand what I'm saying?
Send it directly to me. Yeah, so
yeah, just in a bow.
Yeah. So E-Heart, I think if you
Jazz
battle,
is left.
all right, but if
Mhm.
you battle Jazz, somebody got to drop the rapper from their name.
But we not the same. She's the rapper. I'm the rapper.
It
She's
don't
one of the
matter.
reasons why I changed it to the rapper. I
You,
mean, listen, we could do that, but does anybody realistically drop theirs? Didn't somebody, some other rappers battle to like who's dropping
I think
what
it
part
was
of their
John
name
John
and they
and
never
John John
dropped
and
it?
Hollow.
Right. And
Yeah,
aren't they still the Dons?
yeah, because
So what
niggas
happened?
niggas don't listen.
So what? So why y'all gonna force us into that?
I'm
You
not
understand what I'm
forcing. That was
saying?
just a
Like
suggestion.
we could do it. We
It was a
could do it,
suggestion. I'm
but
not forcing.
well, fuck that. If the Dons could still be the Dons, we could still be the rappers after. Okay.
So all right, Ehart, I think you and Ehart would be dope.
I think so too.
Hustle would be dope because Hustle gonna sell a fight. I don't
Hmm.
know. I don't think Jazz battles enough.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either. Like I respect how well she has been able to climb and maintain without battling as much because that was something that I used to do. I wouldn't take my battles back to backs. I would do maybe two or at least two events in between each time that I did any battling. And then it came to the point where I was just like, ah, fuck it. And I just started, doing them back to back. But
She don't
so
take
I
none though.
respect what she's done.
But she
Well,
don't
she's
take.
supposed to be booked right now.
Okay,
You know
dope.
what I mean? But she does take about, a year or two to come outside and play. But then she kind of relies on, no, it ain't nobody for me to battle, but there's plenty of bitches for you to battle. Like I feel like she's good, but she could be brought down a couple of notches off her high horse because there's plenty of girls that's left. Plenty of girls
So
that I think will give her a run for her money.
who? But so you besides Ehart, who's really been ducking that smoke? Who's been ducking?
It ain't really nobody else that's been ducking. Like I said, Jazz don't come outside enough, so I can't consider her a duck because she don't come outside for nobody. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so I can't really say that. um Couture's name has been mentioned a few times, and it seems like the money never seems to be right, or whatever, the time never seems to be right. And then I was supposed to battle Casey on right before the pandemic hit. Casey and I, we had signed contracts and all of that to do it on Queen of the Ring. So I wouldn't say that she's ducking, but I know that she's on my radar as well for this year. Because I think she's had some good performances, but I don't think she really stood in front of anybody that's really gonna bark and talk to her fucking soul. You know what I'm saying? So I think, yeah, I think she need to see me, because it's different when you stand in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I wear heels, because I'm already 5'11" without,
I'm
you
about to
know.
say you already got
Yeah,
a little
and I'm
Amazon going
big.
on. All
Yeah,
due
you know what
respect,
I'm
you know what I'm
saying. So
saying?
imagine if I throw on some heels, I'm about 6'3" up there. You know what I'm saying? So
Damn.
it looks different. It feels different when I'm black bitch right in your fucking face. Like it get rough. It gets
Who
rough. You know what I'm saying?
who's the number one female battle rapper right now?
Right now, if
Mm-hmm.
it has to be right now and active, it would have to be Vixen.
Okay.
It'd have to be Vixen
So
because
so
she's
why?
done some
Go
shit
ahead.
this year.
So why do people? A lot of people feel like some people will say it's Jazz. She's number one
How?
because she, in some people's mind, she's never really lost. Besides, like
But
official,
who did she battle right now? She's not really active. You understand what I'm saying? So that's like you saying who's number one in the NBA right now, and you say Michael Jordan.
you know
Like
she
how?
you know she uses the Mook analogy for herself.
Okay, but you can't say that he's number one right now either if he's not current. If he's not battling, he's not outside at the moment. And he's more current than she is. Like she hasn't battled, if I'm not mistaken, it's been more than a year. You know what I mean? It
The
might
two on
even be
two
two
was the
years.
two on
You know what
two
I'm
was the
saying?
last
That
thing.
don't really count because you with somebody. Like when have we seen you by yourself? You know what I'm saying? A 2-on-2, all you're doing is 50% of the work. And that's why you can do those back to back, because all you're doing is 50%. You're not really doing all of that. But solo, you haven't really seen her. So you can't, you know what I'm saying? So you can't say you number one at the moment because you're not active. You're inactive. So when she comes back, possibly she will be the
Mm.
number one.
Do you
But
do do
right
you feel
now,
like a
no.
lot of times she uses that y'all not worth battling? Does she use that a lot?
Absolutely. As a
Oh.
shield, she's always done that. She's
Mm.
always done that. Even when I didn't feel that she was that nice. And I'm not taking nothing from her right now because I think she's fire. You know what I'm saying? Especially when she come outside. She's worth the wait. She's worth everything that she puts everybody through. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day when she first developed that, she wasn't all of that. To be like, oh, I ain't battling this person, I ain't battling that person. To have so many people from Queen of the Ring that you came up with that you haven't seen yet is ridiculous.
So E Hart, I think Hustle. Would you battle? What about Official?
We battled.
Y'all did battle.
We
Damn.
battled. We
Yeah,
battled.
y'all
Yeah.
did. Y'all did battle.
On C Battle League. And I
See,
actually
that's
feel
what I'm
like
saying. A
I
lot of,
won
unfortunately,
2-1. You know what I'm saying?
unfortunately, when it's not
Yeah, I
on
know.
certain
You
leagues, it's
ain't
like
gotta say it.
no.
Ah.
When it's not on certain leagues, we didn't see it. That's what I'm
I
saying.
know. It kind of goes under
Yeah,
the radar
yeah.
when it's not on certain leagues. So I get that, and I feel like if I had the chance, I would love to do a 3 round with 40 because her and I did a 1 round on her channel, which
Mm.
was fire. It was a really good 1 round battle, and I think it deserves a 3 round. And even the fans have been asking for it and wanting it. That definitely deserves that attention. And I would love for it to be on Queen of the Ring.
So, Vixen, is it gas though? Let's keep it real. Is it we going off of like one or two performances? Is she, or because we seen people have good performances and then like their third performances, they was gone.
I don't see. I don't think so. I don't
Okay.
think it's gas for Vixen because she's been around the block for a while. Like her and I we battled in 2015, if I'm not mistaken, but it never
Damn.
came out
Wow.
because she yeah, we battled in Chicago and we didn't finish it. Like she ended up like kind of forfeiting her second round. So all we did was our first, and she did half on her second, and she kind of was just like over the situation. And it was like it was an emotional day, tiring, whatever. So we just didn't finish the battle. But I say that to say that I've seen the grind. Like she's been working for a very, I'm saying, like she battled Farrah, I think in like 2014 or something like that. So she's not new, although people feel like they're just getting to see her, and she's kind of just becoming a household name, so to speak. She's been around for a good 6-7 years. So I don't think it's a fluke. Like I think she's worked for everything that she's gotten at this point. And
Respect.
kudos to her.
How come the media doesn't really show y'all too much love?
With the females,
The battle rap media, yeah. I feel like they talk to
I
the same
don't
girls all the
know.
time.
I don't know.
I
I
gotta
don't
reach.
know,
I
to be
gotta reach
honest.
out to y'all and
Right. I don't
well,
know.
well.
But
Let's be honest. I'm before y'all battle rap media niggas. I was really at Queen of the Ring. I was
you
at
was
the
really
event.
there.
I was
Really
really
there.
there. So and I
Yes.
always showed the ladies love.
Yeah,
So
you was definitely one of the first that was pulling us outside to do
yeah,
interviews, taking
yes.
pictures, putting
Remember.
it up and giving us that, exposure that we didn't have.
So why do you
So
think the media don't reach out to y'all and mess with y'all like that?
I don't know, to be honest. I never really thought about it that much. But I will say, after you contacted me the other day and they kind of seen the dialogue, a few people was like, hey, let's do an interview. And I'm just, kind of thinking to myself, like, I've been here, I'm not going anywhere. And I don't know if they think maybe, we're charging crazy amounts or whatever the case may be. But if the situation is right and we're helping each other, you know what I mean? It's not going to be that. Now, if it's, somebody's shoe in the wall trying to do an interview with me, I may charge a little fee. But if I know you're gonna put me somewhere that's gonna put me into a better light, get me new fans and stuff like that, why wouldn't I do an interview? So they don't really come and ask many questions or look for the females unless we're at an event and they bump into us. Then they'll talk, and maybe they scared of the females. I don't know, intimidated. I really don't know.
How could you be intimidated
But
by
that's
women
that's how I feel.
unless you don't like women? I don't.
Listen, right? Could
I
be a
just
lot of
you know
reasons
what
that
it
they're
is.
intimidated.
I think that they, unfortunately, I think they sleep on y'all. I think that they don't think that y'all are interested enough. And for me, I like backstories. So the
Hmm.
fact that you have a backstory, you almost had to deal with like who the hell knew that? Somebody gonna use that as an
Right.
angle. That's a new angle against you, right? Like so
That's
this one.
okay.
Okay, yeah, because
That's fine. As I
because
mean, I
because
would
y'all
love
study interviews and y'all
to
be like,
almost, but to almost have it compared to somebody that's never had it. Fuck out of here. Like, what could you say to me? You
yeah,
understand what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I've recorded in quad studios. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been to the places that y'all trying to go. Like, come on, like, come on, please,
And Dame
write about it.
and Dame Grease loves you too.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. That's
Dame Grease,
family. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? He does.
yeah,
That's family right
yeah.
there. He loves me. I he put me on songs with people, played my music, in front of legends and stuff like that. I know a lot of celebrities and stuff like that. I don't gloat or run around saying, "Oh, I know this person, I know that person," because it's never about clout. But I'm a big fucking deal, man.
Yeah. Why is it a diss? Why is it a diss to be a battle rapper and have a 9 to 5? I don't understand.
I have no
that's whack to me.
idea. I have no idea. And it's always been that way, but I've never hid it from, because when I first started battling, I was managing at Best Buy and they was trying to come at me like, "Oh, you're a manager for Best Buy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I make $60,000." And that was in 2010. Like, what are you talking about?
You still
Like,
at Best Buy?
are you? No, I'm not.
I'm about to come for a discount or something. Like, yo,
No,
I know the
I'm
manager.
not.
Could I get that? Okay, yeah.
No, I was at Best Buy for like 10 years, and then I stopped working for the company, and then I started working for Nike, and I was managing the Nike Town on 57th. You know what I'm saying? So it was never a secret. Like, no, I'm not hiding. Like, I'm a store manager at Nike Town. Like, this is a Fortune 500 company. Are you kidding me? What are y'all like? What is the joke about?
Yeah.
I have a 401k. I have stocks. I have health benefits. You out here rubbing your feet against the sheets, living a nomad life. What is the problem? I don't understand. Like, I could get up and go places, book flights, and y'all gotta go ask your mother if you could have company over. Like, leave me alone.
Or you gotta duck some sick.
Like come on, it's a lot. But I never knew why that was a diss. Like, yes, battle rap can take care of you and can provide a better life for you. Like, look at somebody like a Dre Dennis, who takes this very seriously and battles almost every other day. He puts cards together and he'll battle on the card. He's the entertainment, he's put it together and all of that. So he's somebody that's taken it to the next level, where he's built his house and done things through battle rap. But you have to battle almost every single day. I can't do that because I have children, so I can't travel all the time and stuff like that. So I'm not awarded that, and I'm not getting paid that well with battle rap, where it's going to take over my job and stuff like that. So yeah, I do still have a 9 to 5, and I do still like my 9 to 5 that I do and everything, and at some point, maybe I will decide to just be a full-time battle rapper.
Job
and
shame.
It can support me, but
I don't job shame. I love
Good.
It don't matter where you work.
Good.
Because look, when I'm in Target, right, and that checkout machine don't work, or I'm a price match king. I will price match in a minute. I will be like, yo, nah, this costs this in Walmart. Give me my extra little 70 cents.
There we go.
You have to talk to somebody. So, I don't job shame. I respect everybody who works. I don't care what you do. If you even if you are a millionaire and you got a job, because everybody still works for somebody. This is my job.
What
I'm saying? This is my job. So let's get into the hot topic right now, the legend talk.
Oh God.
It's a lot of legend talk of who's a legend, who's not a legend. First of all, what is a legend? What makes a battle rapper a legend in your opinion?
To me, it has to be somebody that is really, really good at battling, and they have to be uberly popular. Like, you have to be super popular. And to watch people sit here and say that Surf is not a fucking legend, like, just off those 2 boxes alone, like, y'all are wildin'. Like, everybody that watches battle rap knows who Surf is. You have to. And he's known in the music industry. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not like you don't know this man, and it's not like he doesn't have millions of views, and it's the moment he goes live, he has thousands of people watching him no matter what time he goes live. You know what I'm saying? Like, to hear that whole conversation was disgusting. Like, it was disgusting. But Math is a fucking hater, so
damn,
it's expected.
I tweeted, in order to be a legend, you have to do legendary shit. And so in that case, Sue Surf is a legend because he did legendary shit.
Absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
See, you could be a legend off of one bar, because we'll never forget. So that Hitman, the Press 9, we remember that forever. Him and Big T battle. We remember that forever. You know what I'm saying? So we got battles.
You also remember him from like the Midwest movement, like he's not from the Midwest, but when you think of when the Midwest movement started, the first battle that everybody really thinks about is Sue Surf and X Factor.
But like, gun titles versus NWX, the first was like
that too was crazy.
You know, was the first person to interview Gun Titles.
Was crazy.
You know who's the first person to interview gun
I,
titles?
I think I got an idea. I think it's Doggie Diamonds. You know what
It
I'm
was the same night.
saying?
It was the same night that I
Was
interviewed
it?
you, and yeah, the same
Oh,
night.
okay.
Cause
That's
look,
dope.
I'm gonna tell you how it happened. Heavy Bags had them on camera. He ran and got the fight and put out the fight footage.
He left the goodness
I said,
right
no,
for
no, no,
you.
no, no. This is the first time they've been on camera together.
Mhm.
Sue Surf is gonna get you views. Heavy Bags
Mhm.
called me the next day and said, "Yo, that's why you the king. I was so busy worried about the fight.
Yep.
You got the footage that
And he
needed to
left. Yep. Left the
bullshitted
gold for
itself."
you while he
Yes.
trying to get the fight
So that was
footage.
the first time.
Yeah.
So I think Surf is a legend. It's a lot
Me
of
too.
legends. I think Surf is a legend.
But I think when you think about the criteria for legend and what it says in the dictionary,
Mm.
a lot of people that battle rap can be considered a legend in their own right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you've done something legendary. Like, I feel like you've had to change something about battle rap, like change the trajectory of something, where I might not be legendary for the bars, but I know damn sure I made it ladylike for battle rap. I absolutely made it ladylike. You know what I'm saying? I was one of the first, if not the first person, to go to a battle in a skirt,
Mm.
to go to a battle with makeup on, to go with my hair done. You know what I mean? To always be presentable and prepared, because other than that, you were seeing bitches with their hats backwards, dirty jeans, dingy shirts. You understand what I'm saying? And
That
I
shit
felt
hurt my
like if we
stomach.
are queen of but listen, if we are queen of the ring,
Let's be
let's
queens.
be queens of the fucking ring. You understand what I'm saying? Otherwise, you can go battle on king of the ring, because that's who you look like right now.
Goodness
So
gracious.
I'm just saying, and I'm
Holy
not trying to speak
shit.
at no one person, but
Yeah.
we know what bitches was looking like before a certain era. You understand what I'm saying? And then you started to see the sex appeal, and now people are jazzing themselves up. No pun intended. The hair, the makeup, cute outfits, the cut off shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it became a sexy thing. Now you have a whole battle rapper that wants to battle and talk about only sex. Shout out to Yoshi. But
Yo,
she's a child of us. She's spawned from us.
Yoshi. I'm not going to talk bad about you, but but I am going to say this, right?
You could
So,
talk bad about
no, no,
her.
no,
I
no,
don't
look, I'm not
give a
going to talk
fuck.
bad about her. I hit her on the DM
Mm-hmm.
and I said, "When you coming on my platform?" And she said, "Where I'm from, people say hello first."
Oh, nah, she didn't talk to you like that. She must see. That's the thing, and that's why a lot of us feel that she's going about shit the wrong way, because you talking and you don't know who the fuck you talking to. Like, granted, you may have wanted him to say hello first, but do you know who you're speaking to? He didn't even have to step off his platform to come down to the level that you are, the very minuscule level that you are at, and even DM you about anything for you to
Because
respond like that. Like, you're
with
wilding.
yeah,
You're
because with
wilding.
me, I like to give everybody a chance. I like, when I see you getting momentum, I'm not a D rider, but I'm like, let me see what this person about. Let me get
Right.
behind, and then when she hit me, it was like, well, where I'm from, people say hello first. I'm like, I just put
Yeah,
okay. I just put okay.
yeah,
That was it.
and
I
that's
was like,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
but
So
now you
so
you
so
you
how
go
I
and you do
follow
your,
up? How I follow
you
up?
know.
Now I follow up. Any
Mm-hmm.
humble female battle rappers that want to
Gotcha.
do an interview with me, let me know.
Right.
They suggested her and Jazz, and I was like, well,
Mm-hmm.
they're not humble.
Mm,
So when they suggested you, I said no. Shooney has always been cool.
right.
She's humble. I like arrogance in your skill.
Mm-hmm.
Be cocky, be arrogant in your skill. You're supposed to be. But when it comes to dealing with people,
Being a
you
person,
have
you
to
got to be
be
different. Yeah.
humble. Yeah. So
Yeah.
again,
Well, I mean, at the same time, like, I think Yoshi's fire, and I think she could have the ability to be somebody and be something. But I think the way she goes about shit be wrong. Like, to talk to you that way, to respond
somebody
to
say,
to
why is
somebody
it
like
so
you,
hard
you
to
know what
say
I'm saying?
hello first? Because we're not in the streets. I hit her and said, when can you come on my
When
platform?
right, that's respectable. He didn't have
Some
to
dudes
come
is
in and
probably
say
in her
hello,
DM like,
ma'am,
yo,
good
when can
evening.
you
Duck my sick.
I didn't even come at her like that.
Hello. Right,
I wanted,
right.
but
And I think that was fine to say, when are you gonna come on my platform to do an interview? That's a perfect introduction. You don't have to say, hello, good evening, ma'am, top of the hour to you. How are you? You don't have to greet her like that.
yeah.
You didn't greet her like, yo, bitch, when you coming on my show. Like, you didn't say anything wrong. It's not hard to say hello, but you didn't have to come in that way. And then the fact that she didn't know exactly who she was talking to, clearly, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like you can't be in the industry and not know who's the who's of the industry.
They
Like you
don't
can't.
know. They don't know. But you know what though?
But that's wrong.
I'm not even. Yeah, I'm not even mad at her. What I would say is, if she wants to come on here later on, she can. But now you got
She
to
should.
no. But no. Now she has to put a little bit more work in there. Now you have to work
Now
now.
you gotta milk the
Yeah.
goddamn
Now
cow.
you got to
Okay.
work. Now we got to, because again, I keep telling people, a lot of y'all got followers, but you don't have a following.
Yeah,
It's a
that's true.
difference. You
It is.
people follow you, and you know how
Mm-hmm.
you know if you got a following. I tell every artist, sell something,
Mm-hmm.
sell some merch, because some people want
That'll
to.
humble you real quick, man.
Yeah, yeah,
That'll humble you real quick
sell some
selling
merch,
merch. Yeah.
or have tickets to your show.
Yep.
See who come
Mm-hmm.
out. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
See who come out.
See
So,
who's supporting. You're absolutely right.
and
Because a lot of the times and I always say there's a difference between fans and supporters. And I've been fortunate enough to have both, because the supporters are going to support no matter what. Even if I'm putting out something that they don't want to use, they're going to order it just to have it, because I put it out and they want to support. The fans are going to be fair weather and they're going to like me today. And then when I say something that
yeah,
they
yeah,
don't
yeah,
like,
yeah.
or if I slip up in a battle one little time that I do slip up in a motherfucking battle, they're going to switch on me. You know what I'm saying?
So, how do you avoid the league beefs? Because it's a lot of league. Like, if
Um,
you battle on this league, I'm mad at you. If you battle
yeah.
over here, how do you avoid that? Because you got to get your bag.
So absolutely. So I think the way you avoid a league beef is to be open and honest with all parties involved. Like I'm not under contract with anybody. Yes, Queen of the Ring is my home. Yes, I'd rather die for Queen of the Ring. And if they come and ask for a battle, I'm absolutely gonna take it. I don't say no to anything. You know what I mean? I'm not. They pay me my worth. I'm not ODing on the prices and stuff like that. And sometimes I won't even sign a contract because I know the business is gonna be on the up and up. So I know exactly who I'm dealing with and where I'm going. But they know that I am my own artist. I'm my own entity. I've created me. This is me. This is my brand. So I'm going to take my brand wherever I feel is necessary for my brand to go at the moment. And then you have that open lines of communication. You talk to your people. So if the battle's not on Queen of the Ring, then you holler at Babs, you holler at Debo, and you give them that respect to tell them first, hey, so and so reached out to me and I want to do this battle. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, get your money. And it's going to be to the point where they support you so much they may show up. You know what I mean? Like Babs came to my out of town battles and stuff like that. Debo came to my out of town battles and stuff. When he's available to come, he comes and he shows up. But it's because I give that respect to tell them, hey, this is who's looking for me. I don't just do a sneak attack and be on the next league and then start talking shit or whatever the case
Yeah,
may
yeah,
be and be
yeah.
like, oh, they did this, they did that. And if you have an issue, even like, everybody knows the little ruffle that Debo and I had after that fight that happened. We didn't talk to each other for like a year, but you didn't hear any bad words come from him about me, and you didn't hear me say anything bad about him. And it just was what it was. And then we came back together. We came back together because the business is the business, and everything else is behind. You know what I'm saying? That's behind scenes. It's closed doors. Families are gonna fight. Families are gonna risk, but you have to be family, you know what I'm saying? And loyalty for me is really big. So I'm always going to tell you what I'm involved in because this is my home.
I got a rhetorical question. I know the answer, but I want to see if you're gonna
Sure.
answer it. You got some famous people following you on Twitter. Who's the most famous person that follows you on Twitter?
Uh, you know what? I don't even know, to be honest. Like, I don't know.
Is
I
the
don't even be looking at
is
it
the
much
president following you?
yes, on Twitter. Yes. Yes.
So,
The
woman.
old president was.
All right,
Yes.
now, woman,
Obama is following me.
woman. I said, who's the most famous person following you? And
You're right. You're right.
she says, I
You know
don't
what? I
even
forgot.
know. I have
No,
no
I
idea.
forgot. I swear to God, I forgot. Obama does follow me on Twitter. Barack Obama does follow me. Yes, he does.
He slid,
Absolutely. He follows me.
he slid in your DM.
He did not, and I have wanted him to slid in my DMs that one
You
time.
married.
When he first, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't married when he
Oh,
first
okay.
became the president. I was out here.
I'm about
You
to
know, I
say,
ain't gonna say thotting and bopping, but I was moving and grooving. What's up, Obama?
I'm
Holla
about to
at your
say,
girl,
look, I'm about to
DMs
say,
was wide open.
look, because I'm about to say, she like, yeah, I wanted him to slide in my DM. I'm like, she in the crib. She's like completely whole married. And I don't
I am
want
fully married. No, my
I don't
husband
want her
knows
to
I'm playing
be
now.
I don't want her to have an
No.
eye because I'll be tight. You know what I'm saying? But
No, no, no.
no
He
domestic
knows that.
violence.
He knows that joke. He knows my heart.
Got you.
And we weren't married when I wanted Obama to, holler at me and stuff,
So
So
what did you ever try to get the backstory? Like how and why is he following me?
I don't know. It just happened one day, and I don't know if I tweeted something or said something, but one day I looked and it, came across my phone. I was like, holy shit, Barack Obama is following me. And then, it was right when he had just became president for the first time. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And then I didn't want to seem, real thirsty and start tweeting him all crazy. So I just, told my friends like a humble brag, like, y'all cool or whatever, but
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
Twitters
yeah.
don't got Barack on it or nothing. So,
So Camera Talk 305 just sent in the donation and said, I would pay to see Shooney spank Math. He's overrated and stays making BK look bad. What do you think?
listen, I would definitely battle him. I do feel like I like when he battles, he's decent, but when he's out of the battle realm and he's just talking, he does a lot of shady shit to people and I don't like it.
Hmm.
And I said it to him before, like he had Method Man on the show one time. And that's a big deal. You understand what I'm saying? Like I came up on Wu-Tang. And I always tell the joke when people ask me where I'm from, I always say I'm from Shaolin. Like that's one of my favorite groups and shit. So they're up there and they start talking about female battle rap and no one mentioned my name, not people like Math and Knowledge and Misfit, none of them mentioned my name. Method Man said my name. He
Mm.
goes, when they start talking about battle rappers, he was like, yeah, like Shooney the rapper, and I think he said my verse and somebody else, right? And as soon as he said my name, Math starts going, oh, I battled her before. And he's like, so then it just switches. The whole energy is not on how great I am and what Method Man thinks about me. He's now making a joke of when me and Bonnie battled that he wrote for Bonnie. So he basically like battled me or whatever. So it just was like distasteful at the moment. And it was like a stupid joke. Like you're downplaying Bonnie. You're taking the focus off of me. Like, let that man speak. Like, if he's saying I'm one of his favorite battle rappers, let him get his fucking piece off. So from then, I just was like, he's a fucking hater, bro. And then I just started seeing more like bitch assness from him. And I don't like it.
Would you go
I
on
don't
his
like it at
show?
all.
Would you go on his show?
Probably to just curse him out and tell
Damn.
him how I feel. Because otherwise, he's probably not going to let me talk. And he's probably going to irritate my skin at how he argues with people. Like he doesn't really make a point and he'll just keep going around in circles and everybody that talks to him or goes back and forth with him destroys him and he'll still be trying to make the stupidest point. So I think he would irritate me,
Mhm.
but I would go just to be like, you black zombie motherfucker, like what, why did you do
What
that
is Black
time?
Zombie? What is that all
I
about?
don't
Did I
know. It
miss?
just came to me.
I was
It
say,
just,
what did
it
I?
like,
What?
it just, no, calling him a black zombie just felt good just now,
Got
it,
you.
it just came to me, so that I would just to say that.
So Method Man actually said your name though.
Yes. And
Wow.
he just kind of like cut my whole fucking moment. I got the little 30-second
I'm
clip,
gonna
but
say, yeah, you gotta use
just
that.
kind of cut my fucking, yeah, he cut my fucking moment off. He could have been saying, yo, she's the greatest. I want to sign her. And now this nigga talking about, oh, yeah, she all right. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that right now. This is not the time or the place to film the hate show of Shooney. Like, it was weird.
Do you think a lot of platforms are really carrying battle rap the way that they should?
Meaning the
Because I
battle
feel like,
leagues or
I just feel like,
the
okay,
media.
yeah, the media, because I feel like, all right, you go to an event, you talk about that, but it's so many great battlers that done stuff for the culture that need to be celebrated. That's why, again, when your husband hit me and said, do you want to interview?
Hmm.
I was like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I've seen your battles, I've seen your grind, I've seen
Hmm.
your humble beginnings, I've seen where you at.
Thank you.
And now people are really saying, hold up, she's one of the top ones. So why don't
Hmm.
you deserve to get a platform because of your
Well,
grind?
so to answer that, I think what happens is the media became the
The
like the star kind of like
mm,
they started forgetting about what their job was. And your job is to interview people, your job is to talk to people and be media. And then once they became stars themselves, they kind of fell off. Like, you doing whole shows where you're not talking to one person, you're just talking to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you're giving your opinion, and then they're allowed to kind of switch and, you know, sway the culture and the minds of certain people. And they became, like I said, they became the stars. Like, you go and they have all of these subscriptions where they probably feel like they don't need to interview certain people, because no matter what they put out, people are going to like it, they're going to talk about it, and you're letting weird people into the culture. Like, you know what I mean? Like, anybody can pick up one of these ring lights that I have right now and say that they're media, and they'll let them in.
Crazy.
And then at the end, they'll do their work and find out, oh, this person is a fraud. They're women beaters, or they're rapists, or whatever they finding out about people. Like, y'all gotta really do y'all research and stop letting motherfuckers in that don't belong in. You know what I'm saying? Like, protect the culture.
Because I want to know, how often is the battles spoken about? I don't really, only, like, you know, you got Angry Fan who covers the battles. You got 3 Letter Man that talk about the battles, but I don't really see too many people talking about the actual battles.
That's what I'm saying, because
it's the whole
storyline
with everything else. Yeah,
they've become stars themselves, so they're not really talking about the actual moment. And then before COVID, a lot of them wasn't coming outside, so they couldn't talk about the battles because they had to wait till it came on YouTube. They wasn't coming to the actual battles. You know what I'm saying? So now they have a little more leeway with Caffeine. Most of the stuff is, you know, right on Caffeine, and it's free, so you can go on there. Shout out to Caffeine. If you guys are, you know, on Caffeine, I have a show called Shooney's Web on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
What you talking about?
Shameless plug at 7 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
What do you talk about?
What do I talk about? I talk about everything. So Shooney's Web, basically, I talk about everything that got caught in my eye on the web. So like when what's his name, Little Uzi got the diamond in his head, we'll talk about that, and then we'll speak about, okay, what's the dumbest thing that you would do if you had money out the ass? What would you buy at this point? So that's, I kind of am like a current event type of thing. I don't normally do battles. Sometimes I may do watches of battles if they've requested, and I'll answer battle rap questions toward the end. But other than that, I'm giving them me. I'm talking about my life. I'm talking about my kids. You know, my dad just came home from jail, so I shared that with my people and stuff like that. Yeah, he did 35 years in the feds. And so I shared that, you know, so it's me. Like, Shooney's Web is literally you talking to me, and to the very core of everything. And it's not battle rap.
They pay you for that?
Absolutely, sir. Yes. I'm on the roster. Yes.
Caffeine. Why you ain't hollering at me?
They need to.
Like, what's wrong with y'all?
Yeah,
like,
I definitely I definitely get paid for that. And
do you make 6 figures though?
Not off that, no.
Okay, so maybe y'all shouldn't holler at me. I make a lot of money.
But they may, but no, but they could potentially pay. They're paying me bands. You know what I'm saying? To do, and they do different contracts with certain people. You know what I mean?
Saying.
We can talk about that more.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, because listen, I this right here.
I don't know if they got Doggie Diamonds money, but it could be lunch money. You already live. You know what I mean? What is it to put another camera on you to just be like, oh, I'm over here too, and multitask?
Actual facts. So, who is the most biased media platform?
The most biased media platform would be Math. Like, when he's media, he's very biased. Like, he can't even admit that Surf is a fucking legend because he hates that man. Like, how dare you?
Who's the most unbiased?
You would think it's Unbiased Review, but I don't think so. I would say probably Hip Hop Is Real would be the most unbiased.
People said, Mickey Fax said that's the most biased.
I don't think so, because if you look at it, they have a direct relationship with certain people, and they were filming these people talking crazy about the person they got the relationship with. Like, you on the show with him, but you as media have a job to do. So if you put the camera on, you can't stop me from saying, oh, I hate Math Hoffa. Why would you not put it out? You know what I'm saying? That's your footage. So I would feel like, to me, I feel like they're the most unbiased. To me.
Okay.
You know?
So what's your social media? Because you had a bunch of pictures on Instagram and you took them off, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
what
Yeah,
what is
I
it
just
with
I
women and
archived
deleting
them.
pictures? Do you
No,
like?
I just archived them because I felt like,
Oh, you can
it was so
archive them
much.
without deleting them,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah,
can bring them
yeah. And then
back.
you can bring them back. Yeah. So what I
You
do
just
is I
taught me
just
some
I
tech stuff.
there
Great.
we go. See,
Yeah,
I try
yeah,
to
yeah,
put you on.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I archived them because I felt like, if you come in and you looking at me, I should have a couple of clean shots, you know what I mean? A couple of videos that you could get to without scrolling through 3,000 pictures. You know what I mean? So I kind of skimmed it down. I got that from my husband. He was the one that told me, like, you doing too much on this Instagram. Get all this out of here. So I, began to archive that and clean it up a little bit so that it's kind of straight to the point. Where you go on, you see a couple of pictures. I'll may post my kids every now and then, but I'll take that right down because people are vicious. And then next thing you know, they catfishing using your kids' pictures and shit like that. So I don't really leave them up on social media. So
Now
I
playing
go
with the
and I
kids,
take
you're
it
supposed to
down.
get shot in your head.
You feel me? You feel me?
That's
But
just me.
I'm not, I'm
Mu-
not trying to,
music.
you know.
Are you going to
Yeah,
release music?
that's the. I have a love-hate relationship with the music. I have to be really into the project that I'm doing, or I won't put it out. I'll do it just for me, and it'll be from my ears to God, and that's it. And it won't go anywhere unless I really, really, really love it. And I honestly have not made anything that I really, really love at the moment. But when I let people hear it, they like it.
Hmm.
But I have to be satisfied with the project. You know what I mean? So I haven't really done anything. But to be honest, I want to just do everything that I was meant to do and set out to do this year because I feel like I have a really good energy and a really good aura, and I feel like things are lined up, especially the fact with my dad coming home and stuff. Like he had life without parole, and so he was never supposed to get out. And for him to be a free man this year, I feel like that whole thing where they were like, we getting our superpowers. I feel like I have that. And I feel like I have like a good sense of, heightened wellness around me and just, good spirits. And so I'm going to do everything that is in my power this year. So
All
I
right.
will be back in the studio.
Get you in trouble now.
Mm-hmm.
Battle rap Mount Rushmore for the men or who?
My Mount Rushmore is not going to be like anybody else's
Let's
because it'll
go.
be my favorites. But one of my favorites is Shotgun Suge, so he's definitely up there. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. He up
You're
there.
going to get stoned for that, but I'll
I
let you
don't
go.
care. He's up
Okay.
there. Quantum Physics is up there for me.
Mount. So you're saying this building with
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the
These
faces?
these is
Okay.
mine. These is
Okay.
my
Okay. Okay.
Mount
I'll
Rushmore.
be
You know what I'm
quiet. Go
saying?
ahead. Go ahead.
So they up there. Lux would be up there.
Mm-hmm.
Hollow. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's 4 people, right?
Yes.
That's mine. Those are the people that I watch. Those are my favorites. Those who I feel like have changed something for me, and bought a little something different. So if you mad at my Mount Rushmore, create your own motherfucking rocks. This is mine. You know what I'm saying? So don't nobody inbox me about shit that I just said
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Because you're gonna
Because
get it.
I'ma block you.
All
Because
right.
I'ma block
So
you. You know what I'm saying?
the women. Who's it?
The women I got it's hard because I always feel like Sarah Connor should be up there. Like I feel like she should be up there somewhere.
It's okay if
And
you
a
put
lot
it
of
up
people
there.
don't. No, I know, but a lot of people don't put her up there. And sometimes when I start to think about the others, I kind of interchange that and I kind of pull her back out. But I do want to mention her because at first I thought Mount Rushmore was 5 heads up there, but I guess it's 4.
Maybe it is
So
5. I think it
no,
is 5.
I think somebody told me it was 4 or
Okay. So
something.
let's
I
just
don't
do
know.
4s. Okay.
But Ehart is up there.
All right.
Hustle. Um, I, I would have to say Remy is up there because they kind of put the whole female battle rap up there, for us. I would want to say Luck too, but she hasn't done so well, when she came back. Shout out to her, I love her dearly. She's probably gonna hear this and then be calling me all types of bitches, but whatever. So I don't know who my 4th would be. It has to be somebody that's really changed something. So it's kind of
Could I
a
suggest
toss up.
somebody?
Sure.
Young Gaddis.
Yeah, there we go.
See.
Yeah, because she's definitely, and that's somebody that didn't come to top of mind right away, but I have mentioned her before because she's prime time, so she's changed all of that. You know what I mean? She was one of those that was in it. Like QB is also somebody that could be up there. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like there are people that have changed the climate of female battle rap, what we're seeing and how we do it and stuff like that. So those would be the names that's up there for me.
So top 10
Mm-hmm.
battle rappers of all time.
Oh man,
Because you got a difference between the Mount Rushmore. That's your favorite.
Yeah.
But who is? You ain't got to do them in order. But give me 10 dudes that's like, yo, he's been fire forever.
Surf is up there.
Okay.
Hollow, K-Shine, Tay Rock. Who else do I put up there that's been crazy? Somebody like Averb has been, killing for years. Hitman, Clips, DNA. Probably need 2 more, don't I?
Yes.
I still gotta put Suge in there. He goes wherever I go. Fuck that. Suge. And then Quantum Physics, QP.
You put QP back. I'm not mad at that. People gonna say no Mook though. People gonna say no Mook. You ain't have Mook in there.
You see, to me, Mook is good, but I get a little bored sometimes with his stuff.
And you know what you didn't say?
What?
You ain't say get that nigga Rex. T Rex gotta be up there. Come on, Rex.
No, he's not. He's not up there for me.
Whoa, top 10? Rex ain't in the top 10?
Not mine.
Oh, you getting it?
No.
Oh, please don't kill her, y'all. She's gonna block you.
Listen. We've had history, so he's not in my motherfucking top 10. So that's that on that. If you know, you know.
What about the talent though? All right, forget the history, just the talent.
You said what?
What about the talent?
Yeah. With the talent, with history aside, he's very talented. Should he be in the top 10? Absolutely.
But it's not yours. Yeah.
No, no, absolutely not. Fuck that. Not doing it.
Okay, so, Suge, whatever you pay her to just keep putting you in this stuff, I need some of that money next time.
Nah, he's just nothing. Like, he's so fucking aggressive. Like, how can you not like that? Like, he shakes the room when he talks. You know what I'm saying?
The pocket tap. No, but the pocket tap is something that
Suge shakes the room. You know. Yeah. And I'm big. He's big. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that shit. Like, overpower these motherfuckers.
But let me ask you something. Is this setting?
Right.
I think this has been harmful to a lot of people.
It is, because it's a learning curve. The new setting is absolutely a learning curve. And it sucks because it's not like you get time to study it. You have to learn right on the fucking camera.
But
so
not only that,
you might get in there and have a whack performance for your first time.
But not only that though, it ain't no gas. You can't the gas.
This is true too.
Ain't no gas.
See, this setting to me may help me because there's nobody screaming, there's no hecklers, there's no nothing. Like, I could literally feel like it's me and that one person in the room, and that's what I'm thinking, that it's probably going to be something to my advantage where I probably, knock on wood, won't choke because it's just us, really. You understand what I'm saying? But then you do gotta think about the gas, because some of us write for those moments, you know what I mean, where like, oh, this is about to fuck the room up, and then you waiting for them to get crazy, and then you could talk your shit like, yeah, it's cool, you know what I'm saying, like, like
the next King vs. Queens, will you be on that?
Not this one, because that one was supposed to happen, was it last weekend, and then COVID happened, and then they're moving it to March, so I'm not on that. But should be one of the next 2 cards of Queen of the Ring. I'm back on it.
What's your?
So I'm excited about that.
Do you have an opponent already, or are they talking?
Not just yet. We still in talks with different looks and everything, but it's pretty much, I know for sure that I'm gonna be on there.
And what guy would be an ideal battle for you?
Man, I want to battle Briz, believe it or not. I've been saying that for a while.
Don't
like, I don't know
that.
if he's ever coming back outside, right, but
Briz,
I do.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to go on record. Briz is my favorite male battle.
You see, everybody that I want to battle is your favorite. And again, I would, on behalf of you, I would like to fucking kill him and send him you in a bow. So now I'm going to send Ehart and Briz to you at the same time.
I've been saying Ehart was my favorite since 2008 or something like that. Uh,
Good. And
and
when
and
I kill her, I need you to write me a letter saying I'm now your
I'm gonna
new
bring
favorite.
I'm gonna bring you back. But Briz, what it was with me, I like Briz aggression, and
Me too.
I
Me
saw
too.
him in Arsenal live, and that was a
Hmm.
massacre. It was a massacre.
Yeah.
It was a
He's electrifying
yeah
on live. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And he's somebody like, again, as he's somebody that I really like as the guys because of his aggression and how he raps and kind of moves around the stage and makes it pretty uncomfortable for you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that'll be a good challenge for me. So he is somebody that I want to battle. I forget the other name. Somebody said some other names
Briz is gonna be
the other
very
day, but I'll
disrespectful
battle
though. You know
whoever.
that, though, right?
That's fine.
Okay,
I like all that shit. Talk to me,
okay.
black
Uh,
nigga.
uh,
You know what I'm saying? Talk to me.
the 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 Tukey line in L.A. OD or no?
Hmm.
Was it OD?
Um, yeah, for the setting, yes. And maybe not the line, but the dropping of the flag was a bit much. And me and her are good friends as well. And had she told me that that was her intentions
You
and her
tell her
plan,
don't do it.
I would have told her to think that one through.
But
Like
obviously her man
you
okayed it
can't.
though, right?
I guess he did. Well, he said I'd seen him say somewhere else that he told her that it wasn't a good idea. He thought that she wasn't gonna do it, but then she kind of, if you know Miami, Miami gonna do what the fuck she want to do. You know what I'm saying? And she probably was like, "Fuck that, I'm doing it." You know what I'm saying? But I think it wasn't the right place for that line. Although I think all is fair in battle rap.
I agree with
Especially
that.
when you're battling, you're in the ring. You know what I'm saying? You could say whatever, but I think the dropping of the flag was a bit much because that's people's real lives. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there, people have died and you know survived
And she
off of
almost died that
just
night
that
too.
flag. Yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's a lot. Yeah, that
Um,
was a lot.
before I go, over and underrated. Who's the most underrated female?
Ooh, who would I say is the most underrated? It'd probably be somebody that a lot of y'all don't know. She wants to battle, and I'm gonna battle her because I think she deserves it. It would be Cheddar. I think
Okay.
she's the most underrated. Like she got close to doing what she was supposed to be doing, and then that's when kind of some turmoil hit Queen of the Ring, and her send off wasn't the way it should have been. So she's, so to speak, still trying to climb to where she should be already. So I think she's one of the most underrated. But I fuck with her and always be like, nah, we ain't doing this, and I bother her. But I would definitely battle her. She's pretty dope.
Who's the most overrated?
Most overrated female.
Yes.
Listen, she's beautiful. She's very beautiful, and we're good friends. Don't unfollow me after this now. Not good friends, but I mean like good Instagram friends.
Are you gonna say
My
who I
verse,
think? I knew
man.
I said when you
Yeah, it's
said
my
beauty.
verse.
Damn.
It's my verse. Yeah, because to me, she's like a hip hop, hippity hop hop. You know what I mean? Like she's like Africa Bambaataa type. I wear my backpack everywhere I go, and I can break dance. Like she's real hip hop to the core. Like you know what I'm saying? Like she's one of those. You know, and I don't think, although I think she can battle, I don't think she does the battle rap that we do. I think she does the battle rap that they used to do. Like
Well, she's calling out
really,
Jazz. She really wants
I
Jazz.
know, and I think that's a bad idea. Although Jazz doesn't come out a lot, like Jazz has the potential to send her night night. Like she will always have her looks,
Yeah.
but Jazz is gonna fuck my verse all the way up,
Mm.
and that's gonna be that's gonna be a shame. She's gonna have a beautiful send off because she looks amazing, but I don't
Most
think that's the route that she wants to go.
most underrated man.
My fuking husband, man.
Okay.
Fettuccine 20, bro.
Where he at?
Yeah,
Why he
no,
ain't on
but
no
seriously,
cars though?
he he is on certain things. He did King of the Dot not too long ago. And he's did some We Go Hard, and he's in some talks to do some URL stuff, but he turned down a lot of cards, more than he's taken. He's turned down in the last, 1 or 2 years,
Come on,
just
that
because
money
it
coming in the
has to feel
household.
right.
You can't be turning down no
Yeah,
money
that's
for the
true, but
household.
it has to feel right with battle rap too. Although you want the money and you want the bag, but then you have battles that turn out crazy when you just bag focused. Like it has to be the right person, the right time. Sometimes, like not to battle like
I
Joe
want my
Schmo in a
bread.
hole of wall. You could take the money, but to battle somebody that's equal rank, it has to be right. Like it can't. You know what I'm saying? Like to be honest, like I want to battle E Hart, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would do it somewhere else, but it wouldn't feel right if I don't battle E Heart and Queen of the Ring.
Facts.
That's what I mean by it
It don't
has to
make no
feel right.
sense. Got you.
Because that's where we came from. You understand what I'm saying? So I could, again, Joe Schmo's Battle League could say, "Oh, I got a bag for you and E Heart. Come over here," but it wouldn't be right. You know what I'm saying? So that's where he's been turning down certain things because it's not right or whatever. But he's fucking fire. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's fire.
Who's the most overrated male battle rapper?
Most overrated. It sucks because he just won champion, but Chilla
Oh
for
shit.
me is Chilla
Oh,
for
okay.
me.
Okay.
For me. He doesn't do it for me. And I hated his fucking vest that time that he wore that vest and that mask that matched. Like, it irked me
Oh
really
man.
badly. Like, he can rap. Like, he can definitely rap, but I like performance, and he doesn't give me the performance that I like. So to me, he's a little overrated.
The Brotherhood, does
To
it
me.
exist?
Again, y'all, whoever
You're
wants
in
to slander
trouble.
me on
Yeah.
Twitter and
Yeah.
everywhere else, don't do it, because I'm telling you, I'm gonna block the shit out y'all motherfuckers. Okay.
The
The
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood, does it exist?
Yes.
I think it exists because I see them doing little handshakes and then they be like Brotherhood at the end, and so I've seen that.
I
So
think it's a troll. I
I
think that's
assume
a
it
troll.
exists.
I think that's a
So,
troll.
do you think so?
Yes.
I think it exists. I think they have like a group chat where they help each other. Like, we said this a long time ago when Farrah and I did the Hitman battle in the hallway, that there was some sort of brotherhood working against us. They were supposed to be, spectators, and I feel like they helped him in the fucking hallway. We've said this all the time, and then all of a sudden he's this incredible fucking battle rapper when we get in the hallway. You know what I mean? And I felt like he had a piece of everyone that was in that hallway, and that's where the brotherhood came from. That's what I think personally.
So there is a group chat where these dudes is all writing for each other,
No, I don't. I don't know for
or
sure. I
throwing
don't know. I'm
bars in there.
teasing.
Okay.
They probably are, but who doesn't throw bars with their friends?
No, see, I don't mind that, but when somebody writes you around, I'm not feeling
Well,
it.
yeah, if somebody's writing whole rounds, that's crazy. But of course, you're gonna pass a bar through one of your friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, "Oh, what do you think about this?" And then they're gonna critique it. Like, "Oh, it could be better." Well, why don't you say it like this? I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because why wouldn't you help somebody? But writing whole rounds is crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
But now I'm starting to hear people just completely sound like somebody else, like their whole
Yeah, and
style.
that's
Like,
that's wild.
yeah,
That's wild to me. That's
that's
wild to me. Like, down to the fucking bounce. Like, y'all wilding. Like, this is crazy. Like,
yeah.
get that man his bounce back.
Twerk
Yeah.
definitely has like a lot
Yeah.
of people following his aggression.
Yeah.
He
That
definitely.
that's where you go with the followers and following. He definitely has a following, and the people that are following him are actual battle rap artists that are, you know what I mean, doing everything that he does. That shit is crazy to me.
Yeah.
To see grown men and females doing that, you know?
What's why do you? But last question: how do you feel about battle rap crews? I really don't like it too much.
I like battle rap crews. I think they're if it's done right. Like, to me, people laugh though, but I want my crew. If you on the stage, like, you should know my fucking round. Like, you should know my round. Just if Busta Rhymes is on the stage, you know for sure Spliff Star knows his fucking next line, so he can stop and take a breath or something. Why y'all behind me if I end up choking and you can't tell me the next line was Shooney Shoemaker? And then I don't need you to tell me the whole bar, but give me a hint or something to get me back in the fucking game. Y'all supposed to coach me.
No,
Like,
no,
help me. What are y'all here
but my
for?
thing is,
So
I
I
feel
like
like
crews.
no, but
Be
my
a
thing,
crew and be behind me.
no, but I'm just saying the crew is different between you having people supporting you, but then when you have people that are in crews, I feel like we got jerked out of certain battles because they're never gonna battle because they're down with each other.
Oh, well, you mean that. Well, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
I think I think no matter what, even if you in a crew, you should still be able to battle, because there's still a certain sportsmanship. There's still a certain competition. Like, even in a crew, I would still want to be the best out of the crew. So why wouldn't I take you outside and spar, so to speak? You know what I'm saying? Like, book it. You
yeah.
know,
Because I
I,
wasn't
I
mad
would
when
do it.
I wasn't mad when DNA and K Sean became partners because they battled. So we already know who we felt
Right,
was nice. But
exactly,
when you come out
exactly.
as crew,
Same,
let's y'all
yeah.
brothers,
Hmm.
and then Averb and
Yeah.
Hitman, that was big. You know what I'm saying? That was like one of them, and them two battles is like the greatest battles. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew a lot about each other. Well, Averb and Hitman, not really too much, but this one we saw Professor Sean. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Hmm.
that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
It was. It was.
so give them all your social
I
media.
feel like you.
Go ahead, go ahead.
All my social media is Shooney the rapper. On Twitter, on Instagram, caffeine. If you guys are not on there, again, go on there. Go to my show
When does
Tuesdays
it
and
come on?
Thursdays.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. What
Tuesdays
time?
and Thursdays, 7 to 9 p.m.
7 to 9 p.m.
Um,
I ain't never been
yeah,
on your
y'all can
show,
come
but it's
check me
cool.
out on there.
I ain't never been on your
Listen, I
show.
would love to. I would love to have you. We're gonna talk about the behind the scenes. I would love
Yes,
to have
yes,
you on my
yes.
goddamn show, man.
I promise 40 bars though first, so I gotta do 40 bars show first.
That's okay. That's my
Yeah, yeah,
girl.
yeah.
That's my
40,
girl. So
40, 40,
shout out to
40
40 Bar.
came
She
to
was one of the first to
yeah,
have the
40 came to
situation
my
on caffeine.
block.
So
Yeah, 40 came to
yeah,
my block. I did an interview with her on my block. My block is legendary in Brooklyn. So, you know, she came to the block all the way from the
that's what's
bean.
up.
So yeah,
That's what's up.
everything is Shooney the rapper.
Yep.
See how y'all see it on the screen.
Yep.
Her caffeine show is Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 to 9. It's called Shooney's Web.
Shoot,
All you got to do if you don't have a profile, excuse me, on there, just make a profile. You can follow me, and then you'll see every time that I go live, and you can support me that way. And yeah, I got a lot of things coming out. You know, from me speaking about my dad, and I'm writing about postpartum depression to really show people what postpartum is, because I think a lot of times they're not really showing what it actually is, and people just think it's like suicidal thoughts, and it's not really that. So I've been working on a little documentary that's gonna kind of broadcast that with me having the new baby and
I
stuff.
want to
And then
support that. I'm all big on
thank you.
mental health. I
Thank
talk
you.
about that
Me
on I
too.
talked about me with on Drink Champs about all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
Absolutely. I
Yeah,
talk about that all the time, where
yeah.
I went to therapy, and
Not
that was like
ashamed.
the best thing that I could have ever done.
That's
Me
exactly
either.
what I said. I love it.
And
Some of
yeah,
y'all
and
niggas
then
need some motherfucking therapy.
absolutely.
Go,
And
go
then my
ahead.
husband and I, we have our YouTube channel, so Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. You can
Okay.
follow us on there. So yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm trying to be across the board this year. So
Got you. All right. So
yeah.
I thank you for coming through. We finally
Thank
did. Yeah,
you.
we finally did. So they're
I
probably all
know.
gonna be hitting me up now. Like I want to be on there. Why you had Shooney? But
Right?
I said any humble
Right. And the
females.
first person that
Yeah,
came to
yeah. First
mind.
person that came to mind was Shooney. So I
Thank you.
thank you
I
for coming.
appreciate it so
I'm gonna
much.
sign you
Yes.
out. I'll shoot you a text later on about the other stuff
Yes,
that we need
sir.
to work on. And thank you
Absolutely.
for coming through.
Thank
I'll
you.
holler at
I
you later on.
appreciate it.
All
Later,
right,
y'all.
later. Yep. All right, y'all. So that was Shooney the rapper. You know, somebody who I've known for a while. She's been in the game for a minute. As you can see, she's doing her thing. And I got a lot of respect for her and her craft. Well, I respect a lot of the females. And yeah, that's what it is. So it's not a demon voice. Is it a demon voice? I don't think it's a demon voice. I don't think demon. I just think, well, maybe it is a demon voice. I don't think demon voice when I do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really do. But my birthday is this week, this Thursday. So if y'all don't see me for a couple of days, that's because I'm celebrating another 365 days on the earth. So yeah, it is what it is. I'll be back tomorrow though. And I might take a few days break. So make sure y'all go through the archives, and if you didn't watch something, watch it, share it, get them likes up, please. And when these ladies come on this platform, it's very, very important for them to get a certain amount of views. So we putting that respect on these women's name, and showing that the women want to be seen, and not all women are going to be on camera, um, naked, or definitely showing all the goods and all that. So yeah, I definitely want to talk to more women. I have one with a I have an interview with a woman coming up. She was a madam, um, and I just wanted to, certain things intrigue me. Uh, intrigue me, like, how do you become a madam? Like, what's the criteria for that? So I interviewed a madam that's coming out. So with that, yeah, I'm Doggie Diamonds. Oh, spilling stuff. Yeah. I'll be back tomorrow, and then I'm probably gonna take a couple of days break because I'm celebrating for my birthday. You know, I've been going hard. I need a few days to mellow out. Again, if you didn't see this in the beginning, shout out to Sub Zero. Had a great conversation with him today. Um, everything is all good. And that's it. So when I go, I give y'all some instructions. I don't know if y'all follow them, but for those who follow the instructions, you're gonna see it again. For those who don't follow instructions, a shout out to Adorn Always too. That's my homegirl who's very supportive on Instagram, and I'm going to find a way. Her personality has me rolling a lot on Instagram, so I'm trying to find a way to create something with her involved. She's a movie. So it is what it is. So yeah, I'm out of here. Peace. Make sure you click subscribe, youtube.com/Doggie Diamonds TV. Until next time, peace.